Welcome, everyone. How are you this evening? Happy Monday to all of my GovCon out there, my future GovCon Giants. How's everyone? By the way, Legacy Rideshare, thank you for that super sticker. Much appreciated. Welcome, everyone. My man said the DOE is primed to do great things in the space. Our time has arrived. Let's go. I love it. This is good news. And of course, our special guest is waiting for everybody backstage. But before I bring her out, right? I just wanted to first get some housekeeping things out the way, as always, because we want to help people. We want to continue to provide value for them. So oftentimes, what I find is people ask me, Eric, how can we support you and what you're doing? Also, people ask me a lot about the different programs that we have coming up. One of the things I want to emphasize is, if you have not already done so, head over to federalhelpcenter.com, please. At federalhelpcenter.com, that's where we are doing teaching, live trainings and teaching every single week. So if you're not already signed up for federalhelpcenter.com, it's free. It costs you nothing. You can see some of our trainings on there. We've got a community platform, a community channel, a membership support channel as well. And if you're new, free GovCon course is our free course that takes you from everything you need to do up to SAM registration. We don't believe that you should have to pay for this stuff, so we give it away for free. Also, it's a great way to be informed of all of the things that we have going on in the world of GovCon. As you know, we go to conferences and events. We did our Atlanta event recently, which that thing, we packed the house. Over 240 people showed up to our Atlanta event. So we showed up and we showed out. So we appreciate all you guys out there. But more importantly, make sure to like and subscribe to us, because this is how we pay our bills. Just basically sharing the content, letting people know all the great things that we're doing out here in the world of government contracting, like bringing on excellent speakers and people to talk to us about opportunities. And so, as you all can imagine, today we have our special guest up here, which I have to give her credit because it's the first of the kind that I've been privy to, where we had somebody from a government agency wanting to come on here and talk to you about opportunities. So I want to bring up our guest. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well. And I'm going to let her introduce herself because, like I said, it's not often or ever in my experience that we had someone from a government agency come on here and talk about their opportunities. And so I will say this, from the time that we met and the time that we engaged, I've always said that they are committed for change in this organization, because they are reaching out and wanting to help and wanting to give and putting the word out. And I'm sure if you follow me on LinkedIn, you've seen her somewhere advocating and talking about small businesses. So you cannot have not seen this face all over the internet, blowing up, talking about the Department of Energy and their programs, Justice 40 initiatives, and all these other great things. So I'm going to let you have the floor.
Okay, that was easy. Hey, don't make it sound like I've been harassing you. You know that's a crime, right? But yes, it's a little bit of harassment at this point. So hey, it's good work. So first, thank you for the work that you're doing for small businesses, minority businesses, the whole scope. I'm thankful to actually be here. But for those of you that don't know me, my name is Shalea Morissette. I am the Chief of Minority Business and Workforce Division for the Office of newly named Energy, Justice, and Equity for the U.S. Department of Energy. And so if you meet me in person, don't mess up my first name. It's like Princess Leia with a sh. That's it. You can't ruin it.
Hey, there you go. And by the way, so look, we are going to be talking about prizes, opportunities. We're going to be talking about this prize that's out right now. And the last time that we met, her and I met, we literally talked about a prize. I went on to do some follow-up content with some of you, and we actually had a student successfully win a prize from listening to our content. That was the Rural Communities Prize.
Yes,
I believe it was. And so I just want to say, because what happens is people come on and they're like, Eric, I'm not sure what to do, what to get into. And the Department of Energy is making it easier, right? So this is not a contract. These are not grants. They call it prizes, and she'll explain that. And don't be shy, by the way. Don't be shy, everyone, because this is your opportunity to get in front of someone, right, that is helping to, and again, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but she's basically telling us about the opportunities that they exist and they're looking for people. And I can tell you as a witness, and we've had students She came and spoke at my conference, and we introduced one of my students who actually won the prize that we talked about. We helped him and coached through. So this is real. This is your opportunity. And I want to say this. Can you start off by talking to them? The same when we were at my conference and we said, if you leave this event and you don't get your number, you don't get my contact, that's on you. So I'm telling you right now the same thing on my channel. So you go ahead. I'm gonna let you tell them because I'm gonna let you. I can't. I'm excited. So I kind of keep running my mouth. But I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Okay. Listen, most of the people that I meet out in the world, it's all fluffy, right? Everybody's excited. You finally meet someone for the department, but it's those of you that follow up, right? That really get the attention that you need. Those that do the work are the ones that I really gravitate towards. If you're willing to, if you have time and you want to meet with me or someone from my team, please email me. Right? That's the best way to reach me. And I'll make sure that goes in the chat. But essentially, it's my first name, last name at HQ, right? headquarters.doe.gov. And I'll make sure it gets in the chat. Don't worry. And I'm very accessible. But I will tell you, if you don't follow through, I'm going to leave you where you're at. I need you all to do the work. I can't want it more than you want it for yourself, truthfully. So let's just, I'm being honest. We all are here on this call. Of course, you sign in here, you're watching us talk about it, and it feels really accessible. This is not easy. You will have to read, you will have to write, you may have to pay someone, but it is achievable. You will just have to do the work. So no one is exempt from that. Your large competitors have to do the same thing, but it's plausible. To Eric's point, there's actually more people, Eric, that I met at your conference that won. And I've gotten the emails to say, hey, I applied and I won. There are more people actually engaged. That room was packed. First of all, can we do I'm doing a shameless plug here for you because that was by far one of the best conferences I went to in all of 2023. And for your first time out, listen, you know how to throw a conference. It was worth it.
Listen, we're setting up the date for 2024. That's coming. Okay. If you scroll down, sign up for the email list. If you're on one of my email lists, you'll get the information. It's so funny because as I was traveling, I already have a bunch of sponsors. People asking me like, Eric, how much? I'm ready to sign up. We want to block the dates. A lot of federal agencies asking us. And thank you for saying that. You're not the first person that said that, to be honest with you. I've had several of my speakers said, Eric, you're gonna displace some people in the industry's conferences. And my people were attentive, right? Like they were hanging on to every word you say. And that's one thing I want to say about my community is that because I built a community on teaching and education and learning, not running people around in circles, practical things, actionable things, that's what I bring to the conference. So if you can't give that, I don't want you on stage talking.
Everything was practical. Everything that was presented was tangible. It didn't seem far-fetched. Even you had some high-level folks up there speaking too that were highly accomplished. But I don't even think they gave people hope. I think they gave people true inspiration to say, I can do that too. Right? They made it very plausible for folks in the room, which is why I stayed the whole conference. I didn't just come for my speaking engagement to leave you. I stayed the whole time. And everybody that I met was truly engaged. To your point, they weren't just hanging on to every word. They recorded, they wrote it down, they followed up. I will tell you, if you were there, that I said only 10% follows up. It was a lot more than that. It was a lot more than 10%. So kudos to you for really fostering a community that will do the work for sure.
Thank you. So I love it. I do know some people that said they've spoken to you.
Yes.
So I do know that I've had some people that said they spoke to you and they're like, oh, she's my friend too now. So like, I'm good. Hey, listen, one thing everyone knows me here. You watch my channel. I do not withhold people from you guys. I don't charge you to meet these people. I'm not brokering deals. I'm not getting in between your way. I'm bringing them here and I'm turning them over to you and she's going to give you her information. We're going to talk about this stuff. So you don't have to pay no extra money. This is free. This costs you nothing. I'm doing this because I know that this is what has to be done to make a difference. So that's why I'm doing this.
Yeah. And I always appreciate that you're a good human. I'll do another shameless plug because I do have our conference coming up. This will be our second year. So we're right there
Let's
with you
go.
lockstep. It is
Yeah.
April 17th and 18th. This time we're moving away from DC. We're actually going to bring it to you from Downey, California. It's 2 days instead of one this time. Go register right now. You are talking about shovel ready contractors. You're talking about working with SoCal Gas. You're talking about getting with MBDA, getting with some big players. Primes will be there to talk to you. Everybody from EPA to all of the different program offices within the Department of Energy will be there to talk to you, to actually tell you how this whole thing works, right? Trying to eliminate the waste of time when we show up to a conference and we feel like, oh, I've got a network. We're trying to do a little bit more of what I'll call loosely matchmaking, but more so that you can pitch your own stuff, right? You need to be there to sell yourself. You need to figure out what you need to do to get engaged. So now's the time. Get on the list because I'm telling you, the numbers are already up there from across the nation, but it'll be warm. So you don't have to worry about snow in April with this crazy climate change that we're dealing with. But come on out to California. I will be there. My team will be there. It'll be a really good time. Lots of programming, lots of breakout sessions, lots of resources for you to actually tap into. So, and of course, Eric will be there. So, I mean,
Yes, I will be there as well. So, yes, yes, I will be there. But no, that's a great event to attend. So let's talk about your department. Kind of what's the initiative behind your department before we get into the prizes. And by the way, if you're just joining us, yes, we're going to talk about this particular prize and some other opportunities that are out now, right? So again, we want to talk about what is out, what's active, what's possible. This particular prize, we're going to go over a little bit later on. Again, this is some of the similar things that this last some of the students were awarded previously. So talk about your office and what your office does.
There you go. To give you a sense of, the mission behind my department. So the Office of Energy Justice and Equity, formerly named Office of Economic Impact and Diversity, has been around since the 60s. And really our mission is to identify and implement ways to ensure that everyone's afforded an opportunity to participate fully in our programs and our opportunities and our resources. So that's really the simplest way to say what we do, what we're mandated to do. And my goal, is to get out into community and make sure you all know what's happening, where the money is, because it really is an unprecedented time. My sort of internal, external joke is that, we at the Department of Energy got billions of dollars. Some agencies got millions, but we truly got billions of dollars that people should be tapping into. And so trying to make sure folks know about it. There's a couple of different things and ways that we reach out. I do run a series called Ask Us Anything. Usually my whole team is on the line. You can register for it. It's once a month. It's the third Wednesday of every month. Register. It's free. You can come in, ask us questions. We feature a different department every month. So in March, it will be SBIR. So it'll be our Small Business Innovation Research folks giving a short presentation, and then we will do breakout sessions. You can ask us anything. If we don't have the answer, we do really strong follow-up. But that's another opportunity for you to engage with us to get your questions answered.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm not going to stop you.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm letting you go. I'm letting you go. Well, let me do this. Hold on. Wait. Let me do this. Real quick. If you're new to the channel, one of the things that we always like to do is we ask people, tell us who you are, where you're from, and tell us your business name or what is it that you do, so we can know who we're talking to in the audience. So that's always helpful. Plus, these things are recorded. You have no idea how many people go back and watch this and say, "Hey, Eric, can you connect me with this person, Michelle Carter?" Or use this like a mini event. There's 106 people watching now. Probably by the time we finish, there'll be over 200 people watching. So again, put your name in there. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you do. Right. So that we can know. And then when she's looking at down this list, maybe she sees something that makes sense for you guys. And maybe we call someone's name out and we could talk about an opportunity or something that applies to who they are, what they do, their business. So again, I've always found that to be helpful. So let's not get away from that. So I just want to say that real quick as a housekeeping note, as always. So, all right, let's keep going.
I love it. Okay, so let's talk about this Make It prize, and then
All
there's a
right.
couple other technical assistance things that just came up that I want to make sure folks know about. So, Make It prize, there's a strategies track which is open right now. So, I would tell you about the other track which is facilities, but it's closed. So, let's focus on this one. So, we are in round 2. Here's the good news. It's still open. Here's the bad news. It closes in 3 days. Here's the good news. The actual track to applying is way easier than any FOA than you've ever seen. It's way easier than a bid process. This is different. So if you've not seen a prize, you're not going to see it on grants.gov. It doesn't live there. We actually host it on a completely different website. So when Eric says, what is it, 49% of the stuff that we want is
That's
not
right.
on grants, I do pay attention, Eric. I really do.
You see?
Right.
You all right. I see you. I see you.
So thinking this through, basically the competitors on this one, you are being asked to develop a roadmap to establish clean energy manufacturing in your region and eventually get a letter of commitment from an entity interested in establishing an actual facility in your region. So in phase 1, you're submitting a narrative, right? Really focus on your team. So you're going to describe your team. Like, why would we give it to you, right? What is your specialty? That's important to us. Think about the level of trust that we are trying to establish in giving you your own tax dollars. Let's be real. You're going to describe the region that you're going to be working in, potential elements, roadmap. Think about what is your strategy to get to manufacturing, right? And what's your community engagement plan? So there'll be 30 winners approximately. There'll be $50,000 cash prize to each of them. And that second part will be create. So your phase 2, you're going to submit a concept roadmap. Okay. So we've laid out the team. We've gone back. We've got the $50,000. We're going to do some planning, right? You're going to list potential manufacturers, what your result of your community engagement, because you got to sort of find out, hey, does our community even want this? And of that, we'll pick 20 winners and we'll give them $100,000 cash prize. So right now we're at $150,000. And then we're going to ask you to actually activate it. So in the phase 3 part for activate, this is your final roadmap. Like, we figured it out. You're going to demonstrate your commitment, at least have one entity interested. Doesn't mean it has to be a hard commitment, but you're interested in establishing a clean energy manufacturing facility in your region. And we will give you $250,000 to 8 winners cash. Okay. This is really important, guys. This is not asking you for a 40-page response. This is a roadmap. This is clear, concise. How are you going to do it? Why should we pick you? It's true competition that you can really illustrate why you are the expert in your region. Is it something cultural in your area that we need to adjust for? What kind of manufacturing are you standing up? And of course, everything you need to know is in writing. So read it. Don't come yelling at me in my email saying, Shalea, well, what do I have to do? I promise you, we put everything in writing. There's rules listed on the website. I think it's less than 50 pages for every single detail that you need to figure this out. That's one, right? There is a brand new prize that just came out. It's called Solve It. That one has a total pot of $5 million. This is for nonprofits, social impact, if you're thinking about technology. And so on this one, let me tell you when it's due, April 12th. The first line of that is it's an embark. So it's a submission that's sort of, hey, this is what we're thinking about doing, right?
Hold on, wait.
Go ahead.
Wait, y'all hear that? She said, this is what we're thinking about doing.
Yeah.
Wait. I want to make sure y'all hear that stuff because she's talking so fast. Like, Colin, can somebody write that? She said, this is what we're thinking about doing.
Yeah, it's different. It's really different.
This is where, and again, so she might have went over some people's heads when she says that this is not publicly published on like grants.gov, right? So you're not going to find these things there. And she even quoted what I said when only about 50% of opportunities are actually published. That way, you have to go and find these things. No, this is not a source of SOP. These are prizes.
Yeah.
They're prizes. It's not a source of SOP. There's a whole nother opportunity pot that we haven't even touched. A whole nother pot that we haven't even touched. That's on a new platform that people don't even talk about.
Yeah. So I see the chat and folks are asking where the link is.
Oh, I got you. Y'all don't have to worry about that.
Listen, you know Eric is on it.
Come on. I got you the link. I just wanted to stop her because she was moving so fast that people are, I want to make sure you digest this stuff, right? And you understand the value behind what's happening so that you like, before we got started, by the way, just so you know, for context, I told her, if I can get more agencies to come on and share this, this would make a difference.
It would
right?
be huge.
This is the huge difference. So I already dropped the link in there. I'll put it on a banner so you guys can see it. But I put the first one in there. This is the second one. There it is right there. That's the link to it. So I just want to say that and make sure everybody understands it, because these are the opportunities where the people who know are the people you're competing against.
Absolutely. Well, but Eric, let's talk about this though. You on this website. So someone asked in the chat, what's the platform? We have HeroX, which is American Made Challenges. They're hosting us on their website, right? So it's just easier to digest. We could easily put this up on grants.gov and you'd search for it and have to go through all this, right? But the reality is this is just easier on the eyes. It's a better way to organize. And I'll be honest, I wish all of our opportunities were on this website instead of grants.gov, but I can't change the world overnight. I'm working on it, right? So in this, what I want you all to pay attention to is when you go to this site, if you go to overview, it lays it out for you. I'm going to read it to you so that there is just clarity for this. Over 3 phases, competitors will work with communities to develop a credible path forward on clean energy products that help address local challenges. Because we recognize different communities have different needs, we are asking community to figure out what they need and implement. So there's the embark phase where you actually identify the community, what the challenge is. So you're telling us, right, that we can actually address it with a clean energy technology solution with a clear plan on how you're going to engage with that community and basically what's it going to take to carry out that project, right? In that phase, we're giving you $80,000, 25 winners on that one. In the engage phase, so after you get through that first one, the team that you've presented to us will engage with the actual community stakeholders and develop the community's vision for the future of their clean energy or decarbonization project, right? What does that look like? That's planning dollars. That's identifying innovative clean energy solutions. 10 winners, $150,000. There's another wave. So then we're going to pick 3 winners from that, and they're going to get $500,000. Think about what I just said to you. That's just under $1 million to actually embark, to identify who your plan is, right? All your team, all the basics, then actually engage with community, develop a plan. So we're giving you planning money, right?
Right.
And then in phase 3, we're giving you $500,000 to actually complete what you said you were going to do. Prove that you've made the most progress towards your clean energy project. We're not saying that you can't get other streams of income to actually implement the clean energy project, right? That's going to take other dollars, right? Some clean energy projects could cost you, I don't know, a couple $1 million if it's a big one, right? So we're not irrational in that sense. We're not asking you for anything crazy. But if you're looking for past performance, this is a way to engage. If you win the first phase, you can say, hey, I'm a recipient of DOE dollars, and I was responsible with those dollars. I have been able to receive all my info on sam.gov is correct, right? This is your first layer to really do that. This is plausible, guys. So I want to make sure that you know about this one, that you know how to read it through. The rules that are listed there, click on them. I'm not into killing trees, but if you need to, right there on that link, Eric, where it says official rules, you can click on that. I would guarantee you this is less than 70 pages. For all 3 phases, you will get every piece of information that you need. Everything's there. So while they're judging phase 1, you can get ready for 2 and 3. There's no reason not to. If you feel confident that you've got a solid team, you waste no time. Move forward.
And again, what I find interesting, this is the second time that I'm learning about these prizes. The first prize that she did, it was very similar. The first phase was for developing a plan. So I'm noticing a trend that they're paying us to develop the concept and ideas, but not actually implement them, but just the concept and ideas, and then assemble a team and put it together. Is that
Yes.
is that
Yes.
right? I don't want to misspeak.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
So yeah, because I think a lot of times we have such these broad expectations, and we think all agencies do business the same way, and they don't. And that's why she's on here to share that, because they do things a little bit differently than some of the other agencies that you guys are accustomed to working with.
Absolutely.
And because we, most of the time, as small businesses, as diverse businesses, we don't have a lot of experience working with departments like Department of Energy. That's why I thought this was a very important conversation to have today.
Yes. So there's another opportunity that is fresh, like doesn't even have a landing page yet. It's actually
so wait, let's just summarize. So we went over the Solve It prize. We went over the Make It prize strategies track, excuse me.
Yes.
We went over their website, Ask Us Anything series. So I'm just backtracking for all of those who are just joining us, who missed out, right? So these are the 3 resources that we went over. By the way, I do want to say this also. If you're in Federal Help Center here, we had on there her Ask Anything series, links to it inside of our platform for those people as well. So we were trying to create a centralized place for all these things. So if you're not already on Federal Help Center, make sure to sign up. Again, it's free. We put all these events on there because I do understand it's challenging to be in all these different places and understanding where all the information is. So we try to essentially gather all the information for all the different events, put it in one central location on top of providing trainings. So for example, tomorrow we're talking about signing your first client, working with the Department of Homeland Security is next week. So again, I just want to share some of the resources for people, because I know when I get off these live chats, they're going to ask me all these same questions. So we got to kind of like summarize it for those who are just joining us now, who might have missed the first part. So again, a couple of resources coming out, and we'll make this all available. Yes. So now wait, questions, comments before we talk about, because she said she got some hot off the press that don't even have a link yet. So before we get into this hot off the press stuff that doesn't have a link, let me see if there's anything in here. Let's see. What's up, Mandua? Thanks, Jason. Appreciate you. Hey, Michelle. Love it. Adam. Love shot DOE prize, small 8A, professional services, technical services, supporting DOE. I'm going to put this up. He wrote a long message. I guess it's worth showing.
Yes.
Includes supporting DOE, American Made Network as a power connector. I've helped several small businesses. Love it. Good job, Adam. Thank you, sir. All right. What else? Links. All right.
Yes, Emil, of course. Listen, Emil, I think I know you. I know that face. Yes. Can tribal companies pursue any of these for their tribal communities?
Emo's up there. Where's Emo at?
Yes, of course.
Where's my man Emo?
Yes.
Emma, what you doing over here? That's my man right there, Emma.
Listen, that's the next thing that I was actually going to talk about. That one that doesn't have a link. That is what I was going to get to.
All right. Before we get to Emma's question, hold on. Okay. And that's my guy. Yep. Let's ask, this other person asked a question up here. Hold on one second. Where is it at?
Somebody won.
Tamika, she said, so is there an opportunity to submit a white paper unsolicited proposal?
Yes, there is. So listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have been a fan of the unsolicited proposal, but you would have to probably know someone to say, hey, I submitted an unsolicited proposal. Can you pull it? Right? Because people have a tendency to throw everything at us. And if we don't have a lane built for that thing, sometimes it's difficult for us to say after 5 years of planning, right? So my budget is allocated for the next 5 years. It's very rare that you'll see something random pop up that I just say, you know what? I like that thing. I want to do something with this organization. So difficult, but yes, it can be done. There's a whole process for it. There's a booklet online. I'm going to get you the link so that Eric can share it with everybody here. You do have to do it digitally. Basically, we look to the private sector. If you've got something you think we should be doing, you go through this little booklet, you create that white paper, you send it to this email address. They have to sift through, and then it eventually will get to a proposal manager within. But keep in mind, DOE is the second largest federal organization. We are a mammoth. We are a beast when it comes to size. So that's why I don't push a lot of people to do this unless you really know somebody that you have an office that you're thinking about that should take this on, right? We've got over 20 program offices. So there's 144 programs when we started Justice 40. Now there's well over 200 that are subjected to that legislation. So it's just a big animal. So we'll make sure that you get that information for how to do that. That's easy, Tamika. So
let me just put this guy up here, Emmanuel, based in Nigeria. I love the work you're doing. I'm into renewables, alternative energy projects, specifically low density energy implementation. I don't know what that is. You know what that is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I figured you did.
This is what we do, right? I have to know these things.
That's why I'm sharing.
Yeah, so it's alternative energy, which is great. Now, my question to Emmanuel is, if this work is not being domestically done, we are not the right department for you. What you should be doing is looking at USAID. They have more global funds. For us, when we talk about doing business internationally, we're sort of making sure that we're not letting knowledge leave the country before we get a chance to look at it. So if you're doing this domestically, yes, we have opportunities for renewables, especially because it's an alternative. It's not mainstream. We have R&D dollars for this. So you should email me if it is domestic. If you need someone at USAID, I might have somebody for you. Just shoot me an email and I'll put you in touch.
See, this is why if you don't ask your questions, they're not going to get answered. It's your time to shine. Look, I don't know if I can get her back up here after this. So I'm just telling you, I don't know if I can. Look, it took us, how long did it take us to get you here?
It's almost been like a full year. No lie. Between schedule and I'm on the road for you.
I want y'all, you hear that? This is how hard I be working for y'all, a year to get somebody on the platform. And I did not give up. So I just want to share that real quick. All right. So
now we're getting the question.
Let's go back down. Hold on. So let's talk to Marina's question.
Marina, you answered your own question. We also have a nonprofit that outreaches for communities. We just talked about this prize. It literally is the Solve It prize that is for nonprofits working in community.
That's exactly what that prize is.
That is literally you. Don't wait. Go do it. If you're in community, do it. So the answer is yes.
This is the prize she's talking about. Solve It. We just brought that up, Marina. Like that's exact. Like it says it.
Yep.
It says this prize will compare demonstrate history of productive work with communities. I mean, that's it says that on the thing. I don't know. You couldn't be a better fit for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So you are the fit.
You are the fit. All right. All right. Good stuff. All right.
Let's questions in there.
Well, I mean, let's see. Somebody wants to talk about EV chargers, infrastructure bill, but we can do that last after let's do this next issue first, and we'll come back to that.
Okay.
All right.
Clean energy technology deployment on tribal lands. You don't have to be a tribal company, right? You don't have to be tribally owned to do this work. So areas of interest: installing clean energy generating systems or energy efficiency for tribal buildings, or deploying community-scale clean energy generation systems or energy storage on tribal lands, or installing integrated energy systems for autonomous operation to power a single or multiple essential tribal building during emergency situations, or for tribal community resilience, or power unelectrified tribal buildings. $25 million pot. This release date will be in spring of 2024. So it's coming. There's a letter of intent out right now. The award range is from $100,000. So you can be on the low end saying, hey, I'm just going to electrify these, 100 buildings. So 100,000 to 2.5 million. Okay. Or $250,000 up to 5 million, depending on your area of interest based on those ORs, right? So it's through the Office of Indian Energy Policy and Programs. We call that for short IE, right? It's going to be called the Clean Energy Technology Deployment on Tribal Lands. There is a letter of intent on it. I just gave you the high level, down and dirty summary of that. Be ready for it. Got it? Good.
No, they didn't get it. That was too fast. I'm telling you, they didn't get. I already know they didn't get that. That
Okay,
thing
so
was
let me run it
Hold
back.
on. That thing was real fast.
Okay, award range 100,000 to 2.5 million.
Yep.
Right. That's per awardee, or based on the category you choose, your area of interest that you're going to be delivering, $250,000 up to $5 million. The name of it is Clean Energy Technology Deployment on Tribal Lands. There is a notice of intent saying, hey, funding opportunity is coming. Be ready. It has a total pot of $25 million. If you want to do one of the following 5, if you want to install clean energy generating systems or energy efficiency for tribal buildings, that's one avenue. If you want to deploy community scale clean energy generating systems or energy storage on tribal lands, that's option 2. Third option, install integrated energy systems for autonomous operation, meaning you build it, leave it alone, to power a single or multiple essential tribal buildings. So a hospital, clinic, that sort of thing during emergency situations, or for tribal community resilience, just in general. And the last one is for powering unelectrified tribal buildings. Those are your lanes. That's your range. It's slated to drop spring of 2024. So it's coming. Get ready.
Hey, all right. You've been provide the information. So I'm gonna drop this unsolicited. Hold on. I'm gonna drop this link in here regarding the unsolicited proposal.
Okay.
All right. I hope that you guys got that, what you said. By the way, this is recorded, so you can go back and listen to it. This is to answer the question on the unsolicited proposal. I just dropped that in there so that you guys can have it with an email for the person to contact.
Yes.
So I hope that answers your questions. My man Emil got it. He said thank you, so he's good. He happy. So I know he's gonna follow up. He's gonna do his thing. So I'm not even worried about him. He's gonna make sure.
Listen, he's gonna be on it. I already know that.
I know he's on it.
So there's a FOA that supports the administration's goals, right? For our solar energy technologies office for concentrated solar thermal power or photovoltaic. So that's your traditional solar, right?
We lost her.
I think I'm still here. Am I here? Yeah.
Yep, you're there.
Okay, good. So this is the focus on this one. It's $6.5 million in this pot. It's a focus on seeding R&D, research and development projects for both photovoltaic and concentrating solar thermal power technologies. Individual awards, $250,000 up to $400,000. Your period of performance, and I think I can talk in this language, Eric, because I think your community understands what I'm talking about, right? 12 to 18 months. Beautiful. Deadline on this one is March 6th. They're going to notify you by May of this year. March, April, May. Quick turnaround, right? You don't have to wait too long to hear from us of whether or not we like it. So these are small, innovative projects in solar, right? This is what we're looking for. We're looking for high-risk ideas that address a major technology barrier or open the possibility of novel concept. We're trying to attract new entrants with this in applied solar research and development. So if you have an idea to make it better, these are the seed dollars that you're going to want to look for, right? Yeah. Don't tell me you didn't get it.
We're now. Hey, now you saw that. Hey, that was good. Okay. That was good. Look, I'm telling y'all, this is some stuff. This is the real deal. Like, this is the way you want to spend your Monday. Like, not Netflix and chill. You want to spend your money with Eric GovCon Giants and the DOE here on live. So this keep asking questions because she keep putting it out there. You're gonna have to, I know y'all gonna have to go back and watch this one 2 or 3 times.
We have another office that has another opportunity that's out. So I know, Eric, this is a lot. I'm telling you.
She said that they're the second largest agency in the federal government. Did y'all catch that?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of money over here. And listen, you know what I don't want to hear, Eric? I don't want to have anybody on this call come to me 2 years from now, a year from now, and say, "Oh, I didn't know."
They're gonna do it.
You better.
They're gonna try to do it. They're gonna try to do it.
Don't.
They're gonna try it. You're not gonna let them go for it. You're just gonna send them to this video.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So remember when I came on and I went live for this opportunity.
She's gonna send you out to this video. By the
Exactly.
way, again, if you're joining us, they do a series every week called Ask Us Anything, right? Every week. It says Ask Us Anything. I'm gonna put it back up here so you can see it. Sign up for the series. Okay. You get to ask them anything.
You can ask
Sign
us
up.
anything.
All right. They're talking like only thing I'm doing is I'm being a microphone to echo what all the good work they're doing. I didn't develop any of these programs. I didn't create these programs. I'm just putting it out here in Front Street so you guys can have all this information. So again, don't be lazy. Okay. If she's giving you the links and she's giving you the information and tell you where to go, do some work, right? Like don't set up a meeting with her to ask her about the prize that has the rules and instructions on it.
Thank you.
Please. I know it's not going to be none of my regulars, but some of you newbies that's new to this channel, y'all want her email address so y'all can email her and ask her about something that you can read the instructions on right here. She came on here to share with you information that is not readily accessible, not readily available to the average person. So we're trying to get this out here so that you guys can have it, so that you can make an investment in yourself and time and energy, and you know where to focus, so that you're not spinning your wheels saying, I'm looking for an opportunity. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to find it. Before you make an excuse, take action. All right. You're asking questions that are likely already answered if you were just to read the instructions, by the way, which are simple instructions. I'm telling you, I've read these prizes. So I just want to say that because what I find is that how you get people like her's attention is when you come to her, you've reviewed all this information, or maybe you've submitted, or maybe, you've got some intelligent questions that are not expressly written down that you want to know about. At one point, I don't know if they still do this, they were also providing technical assistance on this prizes for people who made attempts, who made an effort. Like you could come to them and say, hey, I wrote this. This is my idea. What do you think? They used to do that. I don't know if they still do that.
They still do. You got it right. I got another one that literally, that's the first line, right? That will provide technical assistance from us, from our national labs.
What agency helps you to submit the bids to get the prize to win the money? Who does that? How much more y'all want? Yeah, listen, when she get off here, you know I'm gonna get on y'all. I ain't gonna do this on DOE's call, but when we get on our own private call, I'm going to get on y'all because what more can you possibly ask for?
Yeah, listen, I feel like Eric just beat us up and gave us a hug all at the same time, right?
That's what I do to my people.
I love it. I mean,
that's what I do.
You don't see this anywhere else, right? We really do spell it out for you. I don't know intimately all the other agencies. I know us, right? And we really are committed to assisting everybody. If you want to engage, there are so many ways that we have put out solicitation to say, hey, here's a technical assistance to go with this prize, because we know it's new, it's not traditional. But truthfully, if you go to this website and you see the number of people actually registered, I believe it's still under 25,000 people on that website. I mean, there are hundreds of thousands of companies on SAM.com. I mean, everybody's registered, right? If you're not, you need to,
right?
Yeah, right. But true competition can happen. You can actually create a team on this website that you want to work with to go after an actual project. You can see former winners. You can reach out and touch them and say, how did you do this? This is my first time. This is your opportunity to actually collaborate if you don't have anyone, but you know you've got a specialty that you could engage with, right? So use it, leverage it, and then come back to me and say, I did it and I won. Because that's really what I want to hear. I want to hear that you actually engaged, but I want to hear when you win. I need wins on my side to brag about the phenomenal work that you are capable of and that you're doing for us, especially in our communities. It's really, really important for us to know that the dollars that we have, not just our, our grants and contracting officers say, yes, they fulfilled their commitment, but I want to hear the brag, right? That's really what I'm looking for. Because it is life-changing dollars with some of these things.
So, by the way, just so you know, they said not beat us up and gave us a hug at the same time. And then Daryl says he always does that. So this is what I do. I just love hard. That's it. My mama called it loving hard.
You're right.
I love hard. I'm gonna tell them I love them when this call's over with, because I always do, because I do love them. But when you love, you get all sides.
You do. The good, the bad, the ugly.
You get the good, the bad. You gonna get all sides of love now. You don't just get the most. But if I didn't care about them,
you wouldn't even.
We won't be here. I wouldn't spend a year trying to track you down and coordinate with your team to get us on here to share all this great knowledge. And by the way, if they had came to the conference, they would already had a head start on some of this information. But that's okay. I'm still going to bring it to everybody, because I care that much that even if y'all ain't give me no money for buy my ticket, come to my event, I'm still going to give y'all the goods, because this is what needs to happen. And to her point, we are looking for success stories. That's what we're looking for. We want success stories. So we want you to come back and tell us about it, how we want that, right? And so that's why we're doing everything possible. Telling you about this stuff that's off, I won't say it's offline, but not on the traditional places that you go searching. Helping you provide the technical assistance, making the barriers of entry super, super low. I remember her last prize. You didn't even have to be a corporation to get the prize. Like, do you guys know how crazy that is? You did not even have to be a corporation to get the prize. How much lower? I'm going to go under the table.
Listen, I have another one, because it seems like your audience really appreciates
They love it. By the way, 162 people are watching. Hit the like button. Oh, no. That's what we do. Hey, look. So we're going to blow your office up, just so you know.
That's fine. We're here for it.
Like, my audience alone could fill up your whole conference.
Yes. And that is actually what I'm looking for, because your people are prepared, right?
My people are prepared. They coming because we're going to do some more sessions. We're going to coach them. We're going to follow up with them, and we're going to support them. So when they come to y'all, you're going to know that they are GovCon Giants people, and they're going to say it. And my people going to say, nah, we with GovCon Giants. So that's what when we show up, we're going to say, nah, we with GovCon Giants. And when y'all go to their conference, make sure when you say them, say, hey, I saw you in the GovCon Giants. Make sure I saw you on YouTube, Eric. I know y'all going to say it anyways, but, just for the 2 or 3 people who don't say it, I'm going to just, put it
healthy reminders. That's all.
Healthy reminder. That's all. By the way, 168, Yvette, Colin, how we doing on our likes? And by the way, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I realized something that I stopped 2 years ago telling people to subscribe. So half my audience is not subscribed. And then they say, Eric, I'm not getting the notifications of when you go live. Well, you're not subscribed, so that's why you're not getting it.
Yeah,
so,
you got it.
All right. Someone said, let me see if there's any questions in here we want to answer real quick. All right. Low energy chillers for energy efficiency. Thank you, Tam. I appreciate you, girl. Someone says, and again, she doesn't work for all of DOE. Can you go back over the size of DOE and the number of programs and things like that, just for context for the new people that just showed up?
Okay, so we are the second largest agency of all the federal family. So remember, the only one bigger than us is Department of Defense. And let's be real, we handle their nuclear weapons. We handle some of their labs. So they need us just as much as we need them. I mean, we have 14,000 employees. We have 25,000 researchers. We have 17 national labs. We provide 39% of the federal funding in the physical sciences. We've got 95,000 management and operating contractors and other contract employees, right? So thinking about, I think last September, we were allocated and committed to $48 billion, and we still had 161 in total budgetary resources. So Last year, I think we did 511 new grants, right? And then we did in contracts, we did brand new, like 1,300, never been done before. But in transactions, we did almost 9,000 transactions just as contracts. So you've got 20 program offices, you've got the labs, you've got all of these different groups within us. And it's just a whole lot of money, right? We've got work to do. We've got infrastructure. We just have so much technology to deploy across the nation, right? We've got to do it. So it's go time. I just want this audience to be ready.
All right. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it. All right. So, all right, let's.
There's more. I got another 5.6.
You got another? You got more?
I do. So that RX before recycling prize, $5.6 million. The focus is to develop innovative ways to extend the lifetimes of products or parts by reusing. Okay. There's a difference between recycling, it's reusing or repairing or refurbishing or remanufacturing or repurposing. So RX, that's what the RX before recycling is really about. So the topic areas, waste streams, established waste streams, emerging waste streams. So think about, we're generating all these solar panels. There's a whole lot of waste. They come in massive boxes. What are we doing with all that cardboard? What are we going to use it for? That's just one thing top of my head that I'm thinking about. Wind turbines. When one breaks, what are we doing with all that material? As we transport it, what are we doing, right? Just think about the production, the use, reuse, refurbishing parts, all of the stuff. Because what we don't want is we don't want it to end up in a landfill somewhere. We want to stimulate innovation and private investment in the circular economy approaches that we take here, right? That's what we're trying to do. So we're trying to unlock new expanded supply chains, reintegrate the end of use products into the economy, repair, reuse it, all the good stuff.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did not realize you were sending me the links in the chat and behind. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. Okay, go ahead. I'm putting this up. I just saw it. I'm trying to do a lot of stuff. I don't have no assistants right now, so I'm not good. But I got 185 people watching. I got you on here. We got private chats, public chat. So,
it's okay. It's okay.
So listen, here it is. There it is. Re-X before. That's the one she was talking about.
Yes. 5.6 million is in this pot. We're focusing on developing innovative ways. So if you've got an idea to extend the lifetimes of products or parts used, reusing them, repairing them, refurbishing, remanufacturing, repurposing before they hit recycling. So Eric, if you scroll down to that lovely picture there, right? We're saying before it gets out there, what do we do? How do we recover it? Topic ideas. We tell you everything. Read the rules. This one, I think you will be very pleased with this. You do have enough time. You've got a month on this. It's not due until the 12th of March. Get on it. And I think, Eric, if you scroll down, it should give us a breakdown of, you got identify, prepare, develop. So if you're looking at this, look at that.
Hey, look, I'm going to zoom in, make it real big for y'all. Look. Talk
20
to us.
winners. 20 winners, $50,000 cash prize. Okay. We will give you $5,000 for consulting. If you need our help, if you need to go talk to someone, subject matter expert, the money is there to do that. If you win, we're going to give another 10 winners $150,000. Think about this. This could be in light bulbs, guys. Right? This could be very small materials that are harmful to the environment that you're going to repurpose, reuse, refurbish, remanufacture, do something with, right? We're going to give you the money to do it. Then we've got another round. So if you got something really good and you made it through rounds 1 and 2, $500,000 for winners. You would be crazy to not do this. Get on here. Do it, please, and thank you.
All right. Anthony Edwards, owner, thank you, by the way. Owner of Industrial Supply Company. I mean, that sounds like this is if you own an industrial supply company, this is
it. You run your own supply chain. You know what you can do with your parts.
Right. You know all
This
the
is
ways to
for
use this
you.
stuff. Right. I
Yes.
love it. I love it.
Yes.
Do you have to go at 8 o'clock on the dot?
No.
I
No.
know.
For
Yeah,
you, I do not. I'm an hour behind you right now.
okay.
And I want to make sure. Listen, I want to make sure that we
I,
talk about
yeah.
all the good stuff, right?
Yeah, please. Because I mean, right now we're at 185 people. So I just want to.
I'm here for it.
All right,
So
good.
I
I know
definitely
they got
want
a lot of questions, and I know you got a lot of. You keep just spitting it out. So I mean, I want to keep giving it to them now because I want to make sure we cover everybody out here. Marina keeps asking for help with setting up her nonprofit prize application.
Okay.
But what do you need help with, Marina? Exactly, because there's nothing to set up. I mean, if you have an organization in place already, you can apply for these prizes.
And Marina,
Am I
if you're
missing something?
yeah. You
So I
also
don't.
have an
Yeah.
MBDA office here in Oklahoma, just so you know.
Okay, listen, guys.
Yes, you
A profit, a nonprofit, all can apply. There's nothing to set up.
yep.
You don't need. There's nothing to set up. There's no place to register. Like this. Like you go here to the website and you register there with them. There's no additional setup. There's no additional certification needed.
Yeah.
So
If
that
you're
so there's
registered,
nothing to set up.
yeah. And
And
so
man,
somebody asked if there was, is it Christmas? Yes, it is.
it's hey, you know it's Christmas on GovCon Giants channel, baby. Always Christmas here. This is what we
Someone
do.
asked if there was a fee, Eric, for the MBE 24 Connect. There is never a fee on our end. This is for the benefit of community that I'm running this event. So no, there is no fee to register. If you wanted to be a sponsor to help us get some of this paid for, yes, you can become a sponsor and have a table or have a speaking part to it. You can do that. But there is no fee to actually attend. So please come out for that.
And what we're talking about is this particular event here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys heard that? It's free.
It is free.
Free.
Free 99 all day.
Free. 2 days. You just got to be there. So I'm just telling you, I'm going to be there. I don't know if they're going to let me speak again after last year, but we'll see.
You did great last year.
I know. It's funny. I know, but you know how it is, so
It's okay.
it's
Okay.
free.
It's free.
All right. Look, let's go through some of the questions. By the way, let's see what we got here. So if someone asks a good question, okay.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So Leland Ward.
Leland, so I need more information, right? When you talk about large scale projects, you are talking about billions of dollars, truthfully. We have a special program for that. So if you are financially sound and financially ready, we have a program called the Loan Program Office. It does loans for major projects, to your point, at $100 million floor. The average loan amount is $1 billion, super low interest rate, very patient capital. You can get 25 to 30-year loan. It's the same loan program that Tesla went through. We gave them $556 million. They paid it all back in full. Don't worry, but it is the most patient capital on the market for those large dollars. With that, if you're going to do it yourself, you need to know a couple things. It's going to cost you $1 to $2 million to actually apply, okay? That money is spent to make sure that you are financially viable. We want our money back. We are doing investments with tax dollars, so we need to be mindful, right? We don't want to make terrible investments. But if you're thinking about this, what you really want to know is, hey, can I talk to someone? You absolutely can. Eric, I'm going to make sure that you have the link to the Loan Program Office. It's in the chat. You can talk to them until your heart is fully content. If you get to that landing page on the right-hand side, it says request a pre-application consultation. This is the Loan Program Office. $100 million floor. $1 billion is their average loan. I encourage you, if you've never played with $100 million, that you pool your resources and show us that you can play with $100 million. Because I wouldn't give my 16-year-old the keys to my brand new Benz, right?
Right.
We have to be financially responsible for these dollars. So don't be offended if you're asking for 100 million and your annual revenue is $1 million. You have not played enough to engage with those dollars. That just means you need a partner that has played with more money. Just have to prove yourself to us. But there hasn't been many people who have failed. This is also an opportunity where you can look at their current portfolio. They will tell you exactly where their current projects are that they've funded. Knowing that this is a strategic play that you could identify who currently has our money, it's more than likely that these folks are going to need subcontractors. You should go after them. Can I give you contact information? Absolutely not. But is it public information of who these companies are, where the projects are, and what they are? Absolutely. Yes. This is a little bit of groundwork, but if you know that they have billions of dollars coming their way, you should be targeting them, right?
Love it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. All right. We're going to do like a speed round. Hector, we sell refined fuels, but clean energy is another spectrum of energy. That's very interesting. How they fit. Refined fuels.
Refined fuels, it can, but that very much is private industry. We don't particularly buy it that I know of.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. We talked about solar installers, want to expand deployment to communities of color.
Yeah. So it isn't for your business expansion. However,
Right.
if you want to stand up a solar farm in an area that is considered disadvantaged, yes. Note the disadvantage does not mean race is considered. It's based on low income. It's based on 36 different factors. There's a map called CGEST. I'll make sure that you get that map. You should be using that information against us in all of your applications. Just so you know, you want to go in and say, hey, I'm working in this particular area, and quote it, right? Print that paper out, save it as a PDF, and actually put it into your application to say, this is where I will be working.
Love it. Thank you so much.
No
All right.
problem.
Sam Smith, equipment leasing, federal government. Can you speak about EV chargers and plans for outfitting infrastructure in the future?
So folks are thinking still EVs are not coming. Listen, we deployed billions of dollars across the nation. Every state has submitted their EV charging plan. So if you're looking for those dollars, you have to go state by state. It is either with the transportation office for each of the states, and then it trickles down, or it's with the state energy office. But they submitted their plans. All their plans are available. They'll tell you exactly how they're going to roll it out. We agreed to all of those plans. Every state has one. We've given them the money, and they are responsible for deploying the dollars. It's coming. They only have another 4 years to deploy all of that money. So you're going to see charging stations pop up everywhere. Now, what you should really be concerned about is who is going to maintain these things, right? The technology is going to get old. We're going to do the upgrades. Somebody's going to deface them. Somebody's going to hit them. Who has that O&M? Who's going to do the operation and maintenance of those chargers? That's where your moneymaker is, right? So go to your state energy office. If you just simply Google NEVI, N-E-V-I, that's National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Plans, they will all come up.
Love it. This question is, does these projects appreciate the skills from project managers we deliver this?
Yes. So we have internal projects, right? We're a big business. So you will see contracting opportunities with us for project management. Yes, that is just a jump on grants.gov and project management DOE. It will come up if you use that filter.
Wow. She told y'all she good. We answered this earlier, but we'll bring it up again since there's new people on here. What do we have for overseas recycling products?
I need more info. What do we have for overseas recycling products? Meaning we bring them into this country and recycle them, or
I would say because again, remember my audience is worldwide, so I would imagine the person is overseas asking about projects overseas.
So it depends if you are going to take that, whatever you're collecting, and make it into a product. There's that lane, but I always come back to USAID or Minority Business Development Agency. Those are the two entities that I look at for a lot of the global stuff. DOE is really concerned with domestic. How do we bring manufacturing home? How do we make sure that our energy infrastructure is stable? And so less of an emphasis on the global for us, really just in international relationships for that. But most of that's going to come through USAID.
Okay, good. Do you have to be licensed or registered in SAM?
Listen. If y'all are not screaming at Eric on how to do this, you have to be registered. You got to be new, Nikki. So I'm going to give you all the grace in the world.
Give Nikki some grace. I'm
going to give you so much grace. But the one thing I want you to do, Nikki, you need to get with Eric and you need to get registered. his organization will help you do that. When you say license, I don't know what you do, right? So I don't know if it requires a specialized license, but yes, you do have to register on SAM. For folks that need to understand why we push SAM.gov so hard, it's how we pay you. If you are not registered in this system, we cannot issue you a check. So if you want to get paid, you need to go get registered.
Right. There you go.
And somebody asked, will it be recorded? Yes, it is recorded. Yes, you can go back and watch it.
Yes, definitely. The MBE link, I'll drop that again for you. Hold on. Where's that link?
Ooh, someone asked about BOSS. How can BOSS, who is funded by DOE, help small businesses? They ran a cohort in North Carolina first. They are planning to expand into another cohort, but they corralled like 20 different businesses, and they were able to walk them through and get them engaged in federal funding. So they helped with applications, they got them their designation, that sort of thing. So reach out to them, send them a note to say, hey, I want to be in the next cohort. They're really active on LinkedIn, but you can definitely go to their website too.
There you go. Let's see. Hold on. By the way, everyone on here is on LinkedIn. So she's on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. If you have questions, I keep providing this information to folks. Like, again, here's our email. Here's our contact information. You know how to reach us. And I keep dropping these links because I don't know how she get this information so fast to me, but every link she give me, I'm dropping in there. By the way, that other stuff she read up, I just want to show you guys what what I see. This is the stuff I'm reading. Like, she's reading from this kind of stuff. So, like, if you don't want to do this part, y'all better take notes, because this is the kind of information she's sharing on the back end. So, don't you think it's nicer when it's put this way?
Yeah. It's just
okay.
Easy.
Isn't it easier when it's looked like that with graphics as opposed to this stuff here? We can send y'all this and you can go look at it. It's not easy to understand and interpret. So we're here. We're giving you a heads up. Go back and listen, play the recordings, and take notes. And then if there's something that you're interested in, pull it down, review it, review the requirements several times before you, and then jump on the ask anything questions there first before you reach out to her personally for her assistance. She's very busy. And I want to say that because not that she won't respond to you or not that she won't email you back, but just think about her perception of you when you ask a question that can be answered on the document that's on the screen. Think about the perception that you are, the way that you're presenting yourself to that person and how they're going to perceive you moving forward. So that's what I'm saying to you. Like, is that the perception that you want them to have of you? Like, I'm going to ask a question that I could find on the document that I chose not to read, like of a person that's with. So when people don't respond to you later on, then you can't really get mad. You're like, did I really ask a question that I could have read and looked up because I was lazy? Did I not value this person's time? And I see that so often, particularly with people that are new to the space. They're like, well, I'll just ask her a question rather than go read it. You can do that. But if she don't call you back no more or don't email you back, and you say, Eric, you said that she gonna email us, send me your questions. Let me see what you linked to her. Let me see what the emails looks like. And when I see the email, I'll be the judge of why you didn't get called back. So y'all know me. I'm good at, hey, look, let me tell you something about my people. I tell them, if I see them on Instagram doing some foolishness and then they tell me they don't have time, I gotta be transparent. If I see them on Instagram doing some foolishness and then they tell me they don't have time to read your document or make a challenge, no. So I'm just saying, I'm just
Treat it like
saying.
an audiobook, guys, right? Like it might be dense, but we have technology nowadays. Like if you don't want to sit there and look at the screen, have it read it to you, listen to it while you're on the treadmill, try to absorb it. I mean, do what you can to take in a lot of this information. And I know it's a lot. I recognize that it's a lot. Eric, there was just one more thing that I wanted to share with them. Two more
Go
things.
ahead. Go ahead.
So that second to last link that I just shared about ARPA-E, there is a press release. We've got $30 million on the line for electric batteries, right? So we're looking for electric vehicle battery supply chain. If you're interested in that, that's for repair, reuse, remanufacturing. Again, this is that battery circularity, the funding opportunity is out. Do it now, right? They just released it on the 31st of January. So go after that, please. If you have any innovation in that space, we need it. We need it like yesterday.
Oh, on batteries?
Yes.
All right, I'm putting this one up for y'all now. All right. Yep. Press release, batteries right there.
Yep. So that's 30 million to develop technology, right, to solve the issue. We know that we have a battery supply chain issue. What are we going to do about it? If you've got the brain for it, please tap in. If you have trouble navigating these waters, let me know. ARPA-E is one of the few departments where in their FOAs, some of them, they will actually do a 15-minute meeting with you to discuss it before you submit it, to give you a little bit of feedback. Now, they're not going to tell you, yes, this is an amazing proposal, we'll fund it tomorrow. What they will tell you is, this definitely qualifies. You should submit it. That is more in the wheelhouse, but you won't have to waste your time continuing to write if you have an idea, right? You can actually talk to them and reach out. So that one is a really good one. They're a strong office. They have some of the riskiest dollars that we can play with. They look for disruptive technology. They have 2 other opportunities out, but again, it's a completely different website, right? So you may not see that.
Right.
So
right. You guys see that? Are you seeing a trend here? How these it's a different website from what we shared previously. So again, it's going to be hard for anyone to keep up with it. By the way, the person who asked about Boss, Tanya put on here, follow Tanya Hicks right there on LinkedIn. She just posted on there a link to their next recruitment. So I'll give her a shout out. So whoever asked the question about Boss and how to work with them, follow her right here online. She just pointed it out. Where is it at? Here, this is the link right here that she put on there for the next cohort. So we'll show her some love as well. Hey, yes. That's all we do. That's all we do, right? So I don't have a dog in the fight other than to see people thrive and succeed. So
there was a really important thing that I want to address about intellectual property. H2E Inc. They said, how do we know that our idea is not just going to be given to a more seasoned company? This is something I worry about all the time because there are people behind government, right? But the reality is there aren't a lot of people willing to risk going to jail for doing something like that. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm just saying that sometimes you have to take a little bit of a risk, and you can protect yourself with how you articulate what your idea is. Sometimes giving folks a piece of what you're thinking about is safer than giving them the whole thing right up front to say, this is exactly what I'm going to give you. Give them a piece of it, right? Start that patent process now. If you believe that it's possible, file it on your own so that you have the protection. I want people to understand that your intellectual property is worth so much. I mean, that is generational wealth change if you're really looking for it. A check from us to fulfill a service is not even close to what you could earn if you have design and patent and protections for it. Seriously, that's really a sore spot for me.
And, I'm going to say something about that too, right? As an engineer and as a person who my best friend's got 14 active patents out there, with different organizations, I think a lot of times we all think that we've got something special, and you be really have some basic stuff. You just ain't talked to enough people to find out somebody already did that stuff. So I'm not saying that, we don't have these revolutionary ideas, but I can tell you right now, right, as a person who's interviewed 2 people from NASA under the SBIR programs, one was a program manager, the other one evaluated SBIR applications. Our government has more technology sitting wasted, not being used, then we're going to have new revolutionary ideas coming forward because someone that has figured out how to commercialize it and make money with this process. So guess what? You can actually go to NASA and some of the other agencies who invest in SBIRs. You can get access to these technologies and commercialize it and make money from it right now. So I say that because that's what Pierce, that was on my group, that's what he used to do. I just met with someone from NSEN, National, what does NSEN stand for? I always forget.
Now,
they are National Security Innovation Network.
Yes.
So I just interviewed, watch from National. So again, listen, they are trying to solve problems. Like if you were worried about them stealing your idea, keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
That's fine. But we want people who are worried about making money and helping solve challenges, because if that was the case, what about Boeing and Lockheed? These people are making weapon systems. These people are doing $30 billion with the government. You don't think they got engineers and scientists with new ideas and new technologies all day? Listen, the best thing that happened to you is they steal it. You need to go to court and try to fight to get some money because your idea is worth nothing sitting in your brain, sitting in your cupboard, sitting in your table. It's worth zero. So true. I'm gonna talk from that standpoint. I'm good. She's doing a nice political thing. Your idea is worth zero, sitting on a piece of paper that says patent on it,
and you can't take it with you, right?
Like go make some money with that thing. Go take this, go commercialize it, let them steal it, and then turn around and sue them when they make a lot of money with it. And don't do you know? I'd rather see that. I mean, because to make the money from the idea takes a lot more than an idea. You got to commercialize. You got to build a business around it. You got to take and actually create. Like people want to buy it. So people think their ideas are so valuable. That's like to commercialize it, sell it.
Me telling you, be nice. There are ideas out there, but you can protect yourself and still make money. But if you do nothing, right, it's not worth it. Ideas are free, right? It's what you do with them. I've got a million ideas that I could tell you to go and do. Doesn't mean that they're all going to work. And it doesn't mean that you owe me anything because I gave it to you either, right?
Yeah.
It's me that really makes or breaks the business. End of the day. It is you as the individual. It's your commitment. It's your due diligence. It's all the stuff. It's you. End of the day. Right? I could open up 5 smoothie shops, and the difference is always in the operational soundness of it all and the individuals, right? But I will say this, our SBI program is the best one. I don't care what you say. Because we have a specialized program, we have what we call a phase 0 program. It's for first timers only. And Eric, yes, I did put the link there. First timers.
You gotta tell me. Thank you for telling me, because you know you're going so fast. You gotta tell me.
I know. So it's for first timers only, but you get access to resources. That's the most important part to this, is that other agencies will say, yeah, here's the topics, give us a solution, and you win if we like your idea. We have a 12-week program. You get access to a dedicated coach. That person will call you every week and say, did you do what you're supposed to do?
That's some gangster stuff. That's nice.
You'll get access to a patent attorney. You'll get 10 hours with a market researcher. You'll get training assistance. You'll get travel assistance, actual financial travel assistance. You'll get a review of your letter of intent before you actually submit it. You'll get assistance with registering for government systems. So grants.gov, sam.gov, all that good stuff. You'll get assistance with your proposal preparation. That does not mean they will write it for you. They are not going to write it for you. However, they will tell you if you're going in the wrong direction. They will help you narrate what you're trying to articulate to us as a solution to one of the problems we are proposing. It's a great program. Utilize it. It's for first timers only. Other key areas within SBIR, please take your ideas if you don't win and walk them over to other federal agencies. Some are I'll say nicely, more lenient than others. It's really important for us that you articulate that you have the degree and specialty for what you're proposing. If you are a business major and you are proposing nuclear fission technology, we're not going to give it to you. Make it make sense, okay? You need to have the education to support what you're trying to solve, or at least a level of experience right? Just make it make sense, guys. That's what I ask of you. But utilize that program, please, if you're a first timer.
All right, look, 6 minutes. I'm letting her off on the 30-minute mark. I'm telling y'all right now. So I gotta be respectful. I gotta be mindful of time. She done gave y'all everything y'all need. And yes, I'm gonna hold people accountable because that's what I do. That's why I have more success stories than anybody else online because I hold people accountable. I don't let them make excuses. I had my event in Atlanta this past week, and one of the things the guy said to me, he said, Eric, after listening to you, I had to take a hard look in the mirror, and I could only blame that person. And that's what I'm saying to all of you out here. No matter what we do, no matter how much stuff we tell you, if you don't get off the computer and go read and go apply and go put some pen to paper or go to ChatGPT, I don't care what you do. If you don't submit, if you don't go talk to the community people, if you don't make an effort, if you don't make an attempt, if you don't reach out to Tanya from Boz or reach out to her series on Ask Us Anything, that's why I keep directing you there, because I really don't want to give out her email address because I really want y'all. I just don't want the time to be wasted. Like, she's accessible, so you can get to it, right? Like, you got her LinkedIn, we got her profile, she's on here, you got her name, it's all across the screen. So I'm just trying to make it a little bit harder, like one more jump. Me personally, I'm doing that intentionally because I want you to dig in. I want you to actually take this seriously. I want y'all to make a commitment for yourself to do it for you, not for me, not for her. Do it for yourself. We're going to win. We're going to win. I'm telling you right now, we're going to win. And if anybody meets me in real life, you already know we're winning. Like the people I'm with, my associates, the people I'm around, the environment, like we are winning in some major ways. I got things happening every single day. I wish I could share with y'all some of this stuff. I really do. It's such an incredible thing. I mean, even before we could jump on this call, I talked to you offline about some stuff that happened to me last night. And then I got another great email this morning. And then I got another one this afternoon. So, Emil, he was on here. He knows about some of the stuff that we're doing. Some of my inner circle knows. But our success, right, is we want your success to be our success to be your success. So again, I always mess up that quote about what rising tides lifts all boats. So that's what we're doing. We want more people. We want more representation showing up, prepared, educated, trained, right? Because we have a lot of great ideas. One of the things that I meant that she's mentioned in the past about solving some of the energy. Can you talk briefly, like at the conference when you mentioned that you believe that our communities, we can create the most change because we're the ones that are most affected by this, the energy, what do they call it, crisis, or the things that all of the waste that have been put in our communities. And so we're, now they're trying to clean up those areas. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So
that
we call
before.
those frontline communities, right? You are at the forefront of the brunt of all of what we're doing in energy, right? Every time we drill, every time we sort of put pollutants into the air, there are places in this country called Cancer Alley where the cancer rates are incredibly high due to the exposure, right? There are people right now living in what most of us cannot imagine. If we are sitting on this call, it is very unlikely that we are living in those areas and breathing in that poor quality of air. We will be left behind in this transition if we don't participate. We will be at the mercy of all of these changes if we are not aware and engaged with everything that's happening. I know it's a lot, but if I'm doing it and managing to be a mom, to be in school full time, to manage my social media on my own, to respond to hundreds of emails every day, there is no reason that the folks with us today that took the time to be here cannot engage fully. If you are not engaged, I promise you, it is very likely you will be left behind in this transition. We're moving to clean energy, whatever that looks like. I don't have a crystal ball, but whatever it looks like, you are going to consume energy at some point. Whether you got to pay for it, whether you're going to produce it, whether you are just at the mercy of it. It's better to be informed. It's better to have a say in what happens next. It's better to get paid from all of this money coming out, right? That's the truth. That is the honest truth.
Hey, that's great. Thank you for that. So, my man Jason, Gen Z Painting, clinched our first photo contract last Friday. Eric Mouse on Tuesday night, guides, wisdom, share, your sports, been instrumental in navigating journey. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for sharing that. L. Martin, Tony, claim in advance 2 of these awards. Energies Our Space worked for 26 months. Thank you. Atlanta, Georgia. So we'll close out with this last question. Can you speak to any conversation around space technology and DOE initiative?
This is okay. So this is exciting for me.
See? So we get to give it a close out with.
Well, okay. So I can't tell you about any direct dollars just yet. Okay. So space is, I'm not going to say the final frontier because I think there's some trademark issues in there, right? But we know that things are happening in our atmosphere that we need to be aware of. And there are already existing contracts to monitor our airspace. There are things that you need to know, like, hey, NASA's going to bring down the space station in 2030, and they have goals and aspirations to ensure that small businesses are maybe at like 50% of engagement. You should be a part of that because I'm certainly making sure that folks that I know about are fully aware, right? Are we thinking about standing things up on the moon? That's NASA's line, but I am fully engaged because what we do in space will have definite implications for what we do here on Earth, right? I'm a space nerd. My daughter wants to be an astronaut, so I get really excited. Anything to do with space. So look for it. If you just Google Space Initiative, DOE, some things will come up. A lot of it is about education, all that good stuff. But there are definitely synergies between us and NASA for sure.
All right. Y'all heard it here. Someone says, it was great signing you in at Eric's conference, Ebro.
Thank you.
I love it. All right. Yes. I know I need to come to DMV and do a meetup. I know. We're working. Listen, Atlanta was already crazy. DMV, every time we get a lot of love in DMV. It's crazy.
You haven't been to Detroit. You're going to be in LA for my event, so you got to do that. You better do a mixer.
I need to do the perception tour thing. I know.
Right?
So one of the things that we're doing, right? We are looking to partner with other organizations that want to get my outreach so that they can help like sponsor that. So I don't mind throwing the event and drawing the people, but we would love to partner with other organizations that need that outreach.
Oh yeah, we all.
So like then they can sponsor. I don't mind doing the event if someone picks up the tab, right? I don't want to always pick up the tab and then someone else, right? Like when someone could benefit from those people. So I just want to put that out there to the world. So the world knows if anybody wants to partner with us and we can draw a big crowd to like to DMV or any city. If you need those people to help you fulfill some sort of mission, we have that ability to do that. By the way, in Atlanta, we had 240 people registered on a Monday night, and we had 4 days notice. This is what we do. 4 days. I told my team, I was like, look, let's not even worry about the event. They go, we might have a location. Maybe we can pull it off. I'm like, okay. Thursday, we confirmed the location. Thursday. And then Friday, the email went out for a Monday event. We confirmed the location on Thursday.
I love it.
And then Monday night, by Monday morning, I think we had 110 people registered. And then we cut off the Eventbrite at 150. And then we had a separate QR code that had 90 people on that one. And so, yeah, we cut off Eventbrite at 150. We cut it off.
Oh, man.
So if there's any partners out there that people want to reach this community that would love to partner with us in a meaningful way, like UnionNet and some of those other guys, we're looking for it. So that's what we just want to say that. So thank you so much for coming on today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a shining light in this world of government contracting, because so often, we feel that we don't have a voice. We feel sometimes when people don't email us back or respond to us that there may be some other behind the scenes things happening. So I always appreciate when people from within government could come on and talk positively, because this is an area where, like you said, I always say it's not fast money. right? So it's not get rich fast, it's get rich slow, but it's still
Yes.
get rich, and it's get rich with patience and providing good services. And again, I want people to be competent, capable, demonstrate capacity. We have ideas, let's bring it to the table. They're lowering the barriers for us. Someone asked about what you need to do to register certifications. There's no certifications involved in any of this stuff. Zero certifications, zero licenses. We're talking about ideas, concepts, strategies, putting teams together, right? This is like on the ground field work. This is what they're looking for. And all the prizes that I've seen, they're looking for boots on the ground people.
Yeah.
They're trying to make this more accessible to get people like yourselves who are in these communities, corralling the leaders together, right? To talk about what programs make sense for those communities. That's what I've seen whenever I read the prizes.
Yes.
So that's not DOE. That's Eric saying that. That's what I interpret from reading this stuff. That like they're finally coming down to your level, right? So this is not top down approach. This is bottom up from what I've seen, what I've read. So I want to say that because this is what I'm reading. When they've taken away all the barriers to entry, all the excuses that you guys have had for years, when they've stripped that away and said, look, give me a piece of paper with a 5-page or 10-page on how you plan to accomplish this. So, all right, my dear. Thank you so much. I appreciate you as always. I'm going to spend 5 more minutes with these guys. And all right. So I'm going to take you down. I'm going to yell a little bit more and bam on the table a little bit more.
Thank you. Hey, listen, thank you for being more than a moment. These are unprecedented times. You are seriously a movement. So keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for supporting our community. Thank you for supporting these folks and me. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Bye, love. See you. All right. So there you have it. It took me 1 year to get her here. All right. 1 year. So when you guys tell me you've been trying something for a month, 2 months, 1 email, 1 phone call, 1 conference, 1 event, all I hear is wah, 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 wah. That's all I hear. That's all I hear. Eric, I sent you an email. You didn't respond back. So, Eric, I messaged you on LinkedIn. You didn't message me back. Okay. She told you I've been working on getting her here for 1 year. That's the commitment I have. What commitment do you have for yourself? You got to answer that question, not me. You have to answer that question, right? What commitment do you have for yourself? I'm not going anywhere. So a year is fleeting for me. We're working on things right now that's 3, 4, 5 years out. And you know what I tell people? I'm committed to this. I'm not going anywhere. I've already been here 6 years, 7 years. I've been doing this since 2008. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not fleeting. I'm not a momentary thing. We've been consistently making content. I met people last night at a Super Bowl party that told me they started podcasts, stopped the podcast. I've been consistently doing podcasts since 2018. You know how hard it is to be consistent at anything? So when y'all are making up excuses, right, and telling me that, well, I called this agency twice. I emailed this person a couple times. I met the lady once. She don't like me because of this, that's, and that. I took a year to get her on this show. Every conference I go at, I kick and I scream for federal agencies to come on here to tell you guys what you need to do to be prepared to do business with them. I do this at every conference I attend. I make it my business. And I tell them to come on here for free, no money. Just tell small businesses how to work with your government, your agency, how to be better, how to show up and do the things that you want them to do so they're prepared when they call you. I do this because this is important work. That's why I do it. And many of the people that I work with, she's not the only one I've been after for a year. I've been after some of these people for 2 years now, 3 years. And I haven't given up on them because, right, they don't see the value at the time. But eventually it's going to come around and people are going to say, wow, this is a new way of doing business with small businesses that look like the people on here. So I hope that you guys stay tuned in. I hope that you join the Federal Help Center. If you haven't already joined, I put on there questions to have. If you're just getting started, go through our free course. right? If you want a community, join the Federal Help Center. All of my coaches are there. We're doing live trainings there. And you can ask those questions. I would rather you ask the dumb questions to me before you ask them to people at the Department of Energy. All right. Make your mistakes with us. Don't make your mistakes with them. Because what do they say when you were taught when you're a kid? You get right one time to make a first impression. So don't make your first impression with somebody from the Department of Energy a bad one, right? Make it a good one. Make it a meaningful one. Make it something that they remember about you that will stick in the back of their heads. I can tell you, she will respond back. So, again, like I said, we're gonna be here. I'm playing the long game. That's right. And so I just want y'all to see, like, so when people, you know what, people come to me, Eric, I bought somebody else's course. I bought this other person's program. I'm not sure. I have no problem. If you buy somebody else's program, I have no problem with that. But do not ask me for a discount on my program because you bought somebody else's program. Show me people who are actually doing what I do first. Then you could compare me to them. But I don't have no problem. If you want to buy 2 or 3, that's fine. But don't ask me for a discount because you made a bad decision out the gate. We are putting people in front of you so that you can ask questions before you do anything with us. But I can tell you this, we have the most consistent winners of anybody who's been doing this online. We've got the largest number of winners, and we got the highest dollar amount of winners. So if you like consistent winning, you like the highest dollar amount of winning, and you like the most in terms of total numbers, that's it. So no, I don't teach you how to do micro contracts and micro purchase stuff because that's not what I want you to do, because that's not a sustainable business. That's a hustle. I'm trying to get us out of hustling. This is what I'm trying to get us away from, the hustle mentality. I want you to build long-term sustainable businesses that will feed your family, that will change your life. And doing that other hustle stuff doesn't do that for you. So spend a little bit more time, learn a little bit more, educate yourself so that you can get out of that and you can actually change your life and quit your job or make your business real. And so that people stop laughing at you and stop saying that, what's this little business thing that you're starting? I want people to build real businesses, sustainable businesses. So thank you so much, as always. Like I said, you said more sponsors on the topic. So yes, on the topic of sponsors, what we're looking for is we plan on doing events around the country. And so we're looking for people to basically just that want to partner with us, who want to reach out to a community of small businesses, who want to reach out to like service providers and people. Like, for example, there are some people who have funding opportunities that may need to start up cohorts and onboard some folks. So JP Morgan, for example, they're willing to sponsor us, but they want to meet with business owners at a certain financial threshold. So if you have some needs for wanting to reach a small business community, if you look at any conference and you see sponsors, those are the kind of people that we want that can sponsor us. So we have a big community, and we want to continue to spread the word about all the things. And we want to get more government agencies and stuff on board so we can have a centralized place to disseminate information. So that's what we're doing. But look, got to go. I love it. I love you guys. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Looking to bring on some more great people moving forward. So thanks so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful night as always. Be blessed.